This poem is published in my book Historiopticon, which covers both American history and personal history. American history from the 1500s forward to the present day. I'll talk more about that later. And personal history as well. Since it's Mother's Day, I figured I would read this poem, which is in memory of my mother. Through Sensations magazine, I've published many elegies over the years, and in the process of doing that, I found myself holding multiple roles: publisher, editor, psychologist, grief counselor, and I found that the publication of the work has been cathartic for the people who have had that opportunity. So now I'm in this position, and this is Grief, a Sestina, and I'm going to give you the 6 end words. Now, many of you know this. A sestina is a 39-line poem. It goes in a specific pattern from A to F as the end word lines, and then they rotate in a very specific pattern, and you have to use all 6 words or phrases in the last 3 lines at the end, so 39 lines altogether. The end words are heart attack, pull through this, cards, death certificate, sign here, grief. Grief, in memory of my mother Diane Messineo, and all that followed, August 12, 2011. We knew it'd come someday, but not know when. When her heart attack finally arrived, she was gone in an hour. Pull through this, my conscience told me, in the waiting room that couldn't wait. Cards on the table, I couldn't fault those who tried. A death certificate, she always mentioned to get plenty of those. Sign here, the financial counselor says, with a stare of, we have bills to pay, you have no time for grief. Grief, unwanted guests, be gone, I already have more problems than I can handle. But grief doesn't care. Grief will take me too, if I let it. My own heart racing, perhaps another attack could land me in ER 4th time in 3 years. They want to put me on Xanax. Sign here, I do, but I don't fill the prescription. What do I do now? I need to focus, pull through this. I sit alone on her steps for hours as I wait for both of them. Sale on the death certificate, buy one, get one free, 911 is waiting for your call now. No, enough for today, not in the cards. Cards flood the mailbox, calls inundate voicemail. I can't handle this. Take the cards you're dealt, grandmother once said. Day after Mom died, I'd like one moment for grief, but I'm pulling dresser drawers for $1,500 in cash due in 5 days for the death certificate, funeral, coffin. Do they take her body back if we can't pay? I might have my own heart attack if I'm not careful. Didn't she have a checking account for this? I find the cash, pull through this drama. Yes, there's a sign here. If there is a God, he wants to kill me. Yes, there is a sign. Here, goose-stepping, invasion of the army of papers. Sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here. Some comfort comes in personal notes, reminiscences, stories I never knew. All the cards will get personal replies, I promise, someday. For now, I really have to pull through this. I have to access her checking account so we can pay this cascade of bills. Grief comes one eve. Gray deck under the stars. A few moments of deep sobbing. A panic attack triggered by the flood insurance bill. Hardly relief. I now have the death certificate, 2 of them. With cause for Florida, without cause for New Jersey. Does a death certificate come with a volume discount, I'd wonder? But another stack of papers screams, sign here, and my hand is sore and tired and I'm feeling weak, and I'm ripe for my own heart attack if I take a moment to even think of all the work I'm going to have to do. I read the cards, but they just stack up unreplied. I'd love to serve some afternoon tea to grief, and cookies, have a chat together. But there is no time at all, not 1 second. Pull through this, be strong. That inundation of papers, finally filed by Thanksgiving. Pull through this. I'd love to, but 4 months later, learned my attorney's paperwork and death certificate is not enough. Months lost, I have to travel to Florida to access her checking account. Grief is cackling like a hyena. A hard pounding on the door. More papers storm in. Sign here, they command. A bunch of frat boys making themselves at home in my fridge. No cards, hallmark or otherwise, can prepare you for all the little details, all that you'll have to attack. Attack the tasks, one by one, in unbearable mode. Be kind to all who say, pull through this. And someday, after all the expenses, bills, cards, now replied to, 2 kinds of death certificate, account closures and transfers, and sign here stickers are done, you'll have time for grief.